Good morning. Are you looking forward to a holiday? What if your flight is cancelled or delayed? There's thousands of cases every year where airlines are wrongly refusing customers compensation. I'll be looking at what you can do about it.
What we need to know. Hi, Emma.
It's a nightmare, isn't it? All ready to go. You find out there's a problem with your flight. But how transparent are airlines really being with us about the reasons why? It's something I've been looking into. Good morning. Last year was the busiest year on record for flights departing UK airports, with millions taking off to different destinations. But only 64% of flights, well, they arrived on time. If you're flying into or out of a UK or EU airport, you have some legal rights if your flight gets cancelled or badly delayed. If your flight arrives 3 or more hours late, you could be entitled to claim up to £520, but only if the delay was the airline's fault and not down to something like bad weather. But we found that in thousands of cases, customers are being refused compensation. Now, over the most recent 12 months, nearly £11 million in compensation had to be paid to passengers, after many claims were initially rejected by airlines and then ruled on by independent adjudicators. The busiest airlines, well, they have some of the most claims, some of these here paying out the most. And for British Airways in particular, more than 80% of complaints were upheld in favour of customers. There were some 10,000 complaints against the airline in a year taken to an alternative dispute resolution body, after many were rejected or left unresolved. Now, in some cases, adjudicators ruled that there was no evidence for the reasons the airline had given for refusing to pay up. Of course, these are just some of the people who decided to take their compensation claims further. Many others could be missing out. Contact the airline directly first if you want to make a claim for compensation. If your claim is rejected, you can escalate it to a dispute resolution service. But consumer groups want more transparency in the industry to hold airlines accountable. Right, here's a bit of advice. If you want to make a claim, there's often a claim form available for each airline, and you should provide as much detail as possible: receipts, luggage tags, booking confirmations. Here's the important bit: keep a copy of everything you send. But if your claim is rejected and you don't feel you should accept the reasons given by the airline, there is more advice on how to escalate your claim on the Civil Aviation Authority's website. But do try to have a lovely trip, John and Sally.
That's really good advice, Emma, but that is so true, isn't it?
System that's long faced a lot of criticism. Good morning. And it's something the Labour government promised to tackle when they were elected, something affecting lots of people. Now, earlier, the Prime Minister, in a video on TikTok, said that ground rents will be capped at £250 a year for homeowners across England and Wales. What exactly is it? Well, ground rent is a charge paid by the property occupier to the landowner for the right to occupy their land. It's usually paid by people in flats, but also on some houses too. And the landowner doesn't need to provide a service in return. There's around 5 million leasehold homes in England and Wales, but any lease dated from July 2022 will not be charged any more than what's called a peppercorn ground rent. The value of this is zero, but it forms a contract with the landowner. And the government say new leasehold flats will be banned. Now, large numbers of people in properties like this are still required to pay ground rent. The English Housing Survey estimated that in 2024, people in leasehold properties pay an average ground rent of around £120 a year. Now, a group representing freeholders, the Residential Freehold Association, has said capping ground rents is the government interfering unjustifiably in the housing market, while the Free Leaseholders Campaign Group is backing that decision to cap ground rates at a peppercorn value, ending what they call a leasehold scam. John and Sally.
Thank you very much.